there for this round, and we're going to be right back with more live coverage from YCS London 2017. Catch you guys soon.
Hello everybody and welcome back. We're here for the top 16 of YCS London 2017.
Thanks, Pastos. Sorry, I really wanted to say that.
There's absolutely no context for why that would make any sense.
Because Pastos was on
passed
there.
it on to us.
You mean
Well, not past us because I was
right?
I was off filming.
Again,
filming in the Comic-Con.
okay, now I understand what's happening.
Again with the timeline stuff. Matt doesn't get it. Yeah, Matt doesn't get
Wibbly
the time.
wobbly, timey-wimey.
Time travel is always awful in any series. It creates too many problems.
I've seen loads of great ones on Netflix recently. That
We are
just
digressing.
really
Yeah.
okay,
I am the
Yu-Gi-Ohs.
king of digressing, and you guys are digressing.
Okay, Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Okay, guys, we have for you Fabio Zaccato. No, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Flavio
Argirò versus Connor Dilworth, which is actually going to be a Spiral versus Invoked, our only Invoked left in the top 32. Actually, one of our only decks that isn't Spiral left in the top 32. The other one being a Spiral deck. Sorry, I'm not
That kind of sums up how everyone feels, but that's not the reality of the situation.
No, it's Michael Fauna with his Burning Abyss, which you did see earlier, where he definitely attacked for game to finish the match. Now, we should definitely head straight over to our table.
Yeah, guys, let's get cracking on with
this. Our players have been patiently waiting for us to talk about time travel. Time to...
All right.
I was about to say, it's time to duel. But that's...
You know, that was my bad. I interrupted you. That was rude. I apologize for my transgression.
It's okay.
I like to think that I do like a pretty okay Pharaoh voice. Like, pretty okay. No, I'm not going to do it. Because my point is, with the actual Pharaoh being here this weekend, it's been a little difficult.
Yeah, you can't just...
Yeah, when you do it, you just kind of sound lame next to him. You're just like, yeah, and he's just like, oh, you're just another fan, pat you on the head. You're like, oh. Cheers, Sam.
Yeah.
It felt great, actually, when we went over to the stand to go and see him. He came up and shook my hand. I was like, hey, how are you doing? Like, he remembered me. I felt really kind of happy with that. Anyway, continuing on. Connor has just played John Lockbird, I believe, against an Alistair.
Yes, that's going to shut down. That's going to shut down Mario's turn, and he's going to have to throw it back. He does have a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit and a Drawn Lockbird of his own to slow this Spiral start down. Soul Charge. Oh, that's a big one. That's a huge one. But what can he really do? He's got a bunch of normal summons in his hand. At present, he's got no way of deploying a second monster onto the field. So he could just get Quick Fix and get Big Red to set up for next turn.
I think Mario may play his John Lockbird here.
That would actually be amazing for Connor.
Yeah,
Connor wants to see that because he knew his turn was doing nothing.
That's
now that the Drawn Lockbird's gone. So now all Connor needs to do is make sure he doesn't get obliterated in the next turn, and he is looking Gucci.
Yeah. Invoked can't really do that.
Now, don't forget that you can go on our website and vote for who you think is going to win this match.
Yeah, let's have a look.
We're quite early on, so I don't think anybody would have voted just yet.
Last Resort being used quite liberally to be attached to the Quick Fix.
8-1 right now. Everyone thinks Mario's going to win.
And that's going to prevent the Quick Fix being destroyed by Battle or card effects.
Let's have a look at their tournament win ratio for last season.
That's a lot of Mario's. Okay, so Mario's is 63% over 10 tournaments.
Okay.
Okay.
What about Connor?
Cosmic Cyclone taking out the Spiral Mission Rescue. That's actually pretty big.
Connor Dilworth, only 5 tournaments, but a 59% win ratio.
Mario draws a card for his turn. He has an Alistair and a Spellbook of Knowledge, and there is nothing from Connor that's going to interrupt him this turn.
So he's really going to be going all out here.
And Connor has set himself up with the best possible next turn, even though he had a slow start. The Drawn Lockbird coming down. The silent grin inside going, I was going to end my turn there anyway. That's fine. And now Mario also picking up Maxine, Ghost Ogre, and Snow Rabbit. That's
definitely.
That's very good, especially now that he has an Invocation engine running. Pot of Desires. Let's just put some more fuel in the tank and we'll keep going.
Strike. think I saw a,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, I think I saw Gofu in there as well. Cosmic Cyclone.
Oh, he starts with Gofu. He doesn't even have to start with summoning his Alistair again.
Wow, what an opening. Well, not really an opening, but, you know, what a board here.
Well, that's why we said if Connor needs to kind of get through the turn. The problem is now there are 3 hand traps all live in Mario's hand that I don't see. Even though Connor did give himself the best chance to survive, I don't believe he's going to be able to do anything in his next turn.
And that is how you summon a Link 3 monster.
Yeah, with the correct materials. Yep, and that's an empty field to attack into.
All
the
clean.
Invocation still in hand. Ghost Ogre, Snow Rabbit, Maxi, Drawn Lockbird. All of the hand traps needed to be able to make sure that Connor doesn't have a next turn.
What have you Invocation for... Does he play the Earth one? I forget its name.
Let's have a look.
Malgalanira.
But he does play it.
Yes, I think so.
Oh, no, he's going to go for Mechabo. That's safer. I was wondering if he'd go and take out his opponent's Quick Fix to reduce the impact of Big Red that he knows was added to Connor's hand. But this way, because he doesn't have a way to negate his spell card, and he knows that. And also reduce the impact of a Super Agent draw. But Mechabo, a very, very strong card, so I can understand that.
Marcello actually lost in the top 32.
Well, that is unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Connor drawing for the turn and drawing Draw and Lockbird. That is pretty rough. He's going to be forced to use his Soul Charge to make things happen this turn. Actually, that's not entirely true. He can go Big Red and... Yeah, if the drone gets negated, he has problems.
Absolutely, he should negate that.
Yeah.
You can't play around Soul Charge. That's just silly.
Yeah, well, machine duplication is a much more likely thing to happen, and by negating the drone, he makes sure that his draws are live, and he also doesn't get machine I mean, Mario might worry if he sees a Big Red coming up, but then we know that there's no machine duplication follow-up.
Yeah.
Constantly dropping that Drawn Lockbird to the top of his hand there.
Soul Charge.
Soul Charge!
Yeah, I had Maxi.
Of course you Maxi.
Yeah, absolutely, because those are 3 monsters are doing absolutely nothing on without going into further special summons. And if he just simply, if Connor just simply does nothing, his 3 monsters are just going to get beaten up for no reason. And
Well, not a reason for him. It's going to get attacked over by some Purgatrio or something.
yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, Purgatrio is going to run over them. But what I mean is, Connor's letting them get beat up for no reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he doesn't commit into further plays. This is one of the really powerful things by Maxi is when you put your opponent in. Yeah, there's Ash Blossom. When you put your opponent in a position where they have to force through the Maxi.
Yeah.
There's a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit and a Drawn Lockbird. Well, the Invoke deck is built to essentially just use Alistair, and the rest of the deck is disruption from the hand.
Yeah.
There's Double Helix, drawing another card.
Yeah, Spellbook of Secrets.
I think that was another Invocation, actually, but I'm not sure.
It was Invocation, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, there is a Ash Blossom.
That was used just before.
Draw probably now.
Yeah, if he draws here, it stops a potential master plan. His deck, Mario's deck hasn't been looked at either yet.
Some Exceed play.
Especially with it being invoked that you're against. Your odds are against you, you're just guessing.
Yeah, they play much more balanced ratios on monsters to spells.
Yeah.
Well, it's still heavily in
and
favor
traps.
of monsters, but as we've seen, he's already gone through a whole bunch of them already. So the math starts getting awkward.
It's actually
More in favor of spells.
bang on. Well, pretty bang on. Yeah, 17 and 19.
Right, and
Scooping up the
Mario's
cards.
going to be winning game 1. He had everything he could possibly hope for.
It was a brilliant hand for him.
Like, that was absolutely staggeringly amazing for Mario. But I do want to actually give Connor credit for setting himself up with the best possible chance of making plays from a weaker hand.
He did have a very weak hand coming up to that. It's a shame for Connor, but Mario did have everything he needed to be able to just completely stomp that game.
A representation of Connor's skill there is to be able to make the best of a worse situation, and it just so happened Mario had absolutely everything, but Connor was able to at least keep trying to make plays. He set himself in the position to do that. So we'll see where these guys are side decking. Looking at Connor's deck. Going first, Solemn Scoldings, Artifact Sanctums, yes please. He also side decks his number 41. Is it Baguska?
Baguska, the terribly tired tapir.
The terribly, terribly tired tapir. That's also pretty good against the invoked deck.
What's going on with Mario's deck there?
Mario, so we saw Mario a little bit earlier. Was it earlier or was it yesterday? All my days have kind of melded into one. But yeah, I mean, he's mostly prepared in the main deck for this matchup. He's got some Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries that he could additionally put in.
Oh, does he have the Mechabo in his extra deck?
Yeah. What?
For his Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries against. Are you looking at the invoked list? I'm looking at the Spiral list.
Yep.
Ignore me. I thought we had our list swapped.
Swip swapped.
Swip
yeah,
swap.
I've got double Helix here in the extra deck.
Swip swap.
Yeah.
I did kind of walk into that one, so there we go. Yeah,
I mean, everything in the main deck's kind of aimed against it. Ghost Reaper is the only additional. Possibly some Kaijus are here as well.
Yeah, we'll see these guys shuffle it. They're almost ready. And the opening hands are being drawn, and we'll see what's coming out. Rather than straining my eyes, I'm just going to let the judges hit that up. There we go. Spiral Resort, Spiral Gear Utility Y. You don't really want to draw that because Quick Fix is supposed to be searching for it. The Drone, Joy Spring, and Artifact Scythe. Ugh. That's not an incredible start for Connor, but Connor does have the Spiral Resort, and if he can resolve it, get himself a Super Agent, he has a drone to secure it and start going into Helix. Mario has opened Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries Max C, and evenly matched. All fantastic in this situation whilst having a Spellbook of Secrets and a Spellbook Magician of the Prophecy to make sure his Spellbook of Knowledge goes off and he has even access to even more cards. Okay, we're going to leave Drawn Lockbird on top of Mario's deck. Here comes the Max C, and Ash Blossom is going to be thrown down to negate the Max C. The problem is, that's not the only hand trap Mario has. So now Connor has heavily committed into this turn and has just lost his double helixes.
Connor's all like, I've got you.
Now he thought he was like, I can play for the Max C, that's fine. But then there was also Winter Cherries.
Mario as well, that's what you think, Connor.
Mario, his deck is definitely putting in the work for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He must have done this to everyone.
Well, that's why he's here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Connor then setting his last two cards and passing the turn back to Mario. Mario is probably just going to go straight into his battle phase, evenly matched, and clean up the field. And then Connor is going to be out. So, yeah, there's no reason for, Mario to not do that.
Wow. Evenly matched.
He can tribute the drone to add attack to Spiral Agent, then get rid of his 2 back row cards and keep his agent at 2400. It's weak, but it's probably the best thing that he can do there.
There's also a Scythe. Oh, it's banished, actually, isn't it? It's not destroyed.
Yeah, they just get banished.
Oh, no, he's not doing...
Is he not tributing the drone?
No, I do not like it.
Well, I don't know why people keep forgetting that. Like, it would have been 500 attack.
Yeah, it's a
Because they
permanent
read the
boost
first
forever.
card.
And it puts it in the graveyard as well, which is
card.
important, instead of it getting banished.
Yeah. Big red machine dupe. Could very easily come back into it.
Yep. There's no invocation for Mario yet, but Mario's giving himself the best possible chance to draw it. Two copies of Spellbook of Knowledge in his hand. He can only activate one of those right now. Connor just got hard punished by multiple hand traps and evenly matched. Mario starting off insanely well. And now all Mario has to do is just draw himself some one of his Alistairs. Or terraforming.
Even better. That's an even better route to Alistair.
He has used his normal summon on Spellbook Magician of the Prophecy, though. That's something we have to keep in mind.
Is that another evenly matched in hand?
Yeah, maybe. Yes, there is.
Ouch.
He drew another one? Okay, it's less effective now. He's got field spells and stuff in play. Passes a turn, Spiral Sleeper Agent drawn. No graveyard. Connor.
no graveyard on the red
just
team
looking
here.
at the card, looking at the table, looking at the card, looking at the table. I'll do nothing.
Super Agent, go be super and beat him up.
Attack.
And next comes Alistair.
Ghost Ogre with an Alistair.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, hasn't he got another Spellbook of Knowledge?
Yeah, he does.
Wow, the plus.
Mario is going to be riding this straight into the top 8. I feel bad for Connor, but that's just the way these matches go. The Invoke deck is just tons of hand traps.
Oh wow.
Committed.
Oh wow.
Let's go, Fu.
Oh wow.
Oh, this is
painful.
This is Mario's day.
Oh
there's
my
the 2
gosh.
tokens.
Connor also just playing into
Dragon.
that evenly match, forgetting the tribute things. Just minor things. It probably would have made a difference in the scheme of things. The grand scheme.
There's Deco Toka.
What a draw.
Invocation.
I can't believe that. I saw him draw Alistair. I was like, okay, that's still pretty good. He's going to have 2 Alistairs, and then he drew Gofu.
Out comes Mechaba.
I'm surprised he didn't put the Deco Talker wasn't put facing the Spiral Super Agent for the extra 500
yeah, that
attack
was a
points.
mistake. There's no possible reason that you shouldn't do that.
In this situation, yeah. It's not like Honest is going to come down and back up the Super Agent.
Attack, attack. 3k, 2-5. Is that 1900 attack?
Yeah, even with that minor misstep, Mario is just so far ahead. Draw on Lockbird, Ghost Ogre. There's a Super Agent, and I believe Connor is going to be putting out the handshake.
So that that was great. Let's have a quick chat about that in our post-match discussion. That was great.
That was an amazing match.
Yeah, it really